In case if y'all haven't picked it up by now, we've got one of the biggest fights in recent boxing history coming up this weekend. Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. Finally, we've been talking about this fight since 2018, but before we finally can get into it, we're all takes no whiffs. I'm Christian. That's Alex, and two arguably top five pound for pound guys right here. As I said, the fight's been in the making since 2018, and here we are in 2023, and it's not too late, luckily, because both of these guys, I would say, aren't too old yet. That's what's key right here. Definitely one of them is on top of their game right now, and then the other on top of his game, I would say, and it's just he's pushing it in age a little. I don't want to. He's not falling off anytime soon. He's just on top of his game. He's just a little older.
Hey, Bud ain't that old. He still looks good right now. I don't know what you're saying. He still looks good in the ring. I don't care. But
35 is just 35 is like
hey,
we're
he don't look
retired at
35 in the ring,
35.
though. I can tell you that.
True. True.
But I'm super looking forward to this fight, like we've been saying for years, like we've been saying for the past few weeks and videos we've been doing this. This is one of the fights to make, like, in the history of boxing. I'm so excited for this. But if you want some more background on these guys, on their resumes and stuff, you can go check out our fighter profiles. We made some fighter profiles for both of these guys in separate videos. But this video is just going to be for the fight alone. And the reason why I'm so excited for this is just like Christian said, it's two of the top 5 guys in the world right now. Both of these guys are super good, honestly, at everything that they do inside the ring. They're both two of the best body punchers in the world, so that's what I'm really going to be looking forward to in this fight. And I'm honestly looking forward to a bunch of action because I know both of these guys are going to probably be throwing a high output of punches.
Yes. And then that's the biggest thing for me with this fight because stylistically, this is a match made in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Spence Crawford has never faced anybody like Spence that would bring the rain like Spence does because when when he's got the advantage on a fighter, he's gonna lay it on him. And the thing is with Crawford, Spence has never seen a counterpuncher or somebody, in my opinion, so technical and so athletic at the same time in Terence Crawford. So Spence is going to be seeing new counter punches from new angles. Crawford is going to be dealing with activity he's never dealt with to such a high degree before. So it's just seeing how they're going to respond and how the fight goes together, how they gel with each other in the ring. That's just going to be a whole thing in itself to see. And then just with the fact that both of these guys are, you could argue they're already Hall of Famers or borderline Hall of Famers. This is like a cement fight for both guys, in my opinion. It's obviously the biggest name on their resume, probably going to be the biggest name on their resume up until they retire. So there's a whole lot of weight to this fight. And then honestly, it's such a historic weight class. Welterweight is one of, if not the greatest weight class in boxing history. And we really haven't, honestly, since Mayweather and Pacquiao were hanging around at welterweight, we haven't had like super crazy top tier talent in welterweight since then. We've had big names, but like no generational guys like these that are getting in the ring together. So this is going to be huge. Another thing too is not that there's bad blood because I can definitely tell there's respect between these two guys. They just know they're both fly like that. Some of the best fighters in the world. At the same time, there's some animosity for sure because Terence Crawford felt like Spence was running for him for a while, and then Spence feels like he has to bend over backwards to get this fight to be made, and listen to a lot of demands from Crawford that he felt were unfair, being the A side and all that. So I think that's going to carry some weight going into the ring too. And honestly, come weigh in, I can't wait to watch the weigh in because I think that's going to give us a real good idea of what the energy is going to be like between those two.
Oh, yeah, the weigh-in should be pretty interesting. I'm really looking forward to it. But what I do know is interesting are going to be our predictions. Christian, how do you think this fight is going to go?
Before that, though, leave a comment down below. Who do you think is going to win this fight? How do you think it's going to go? But as for me,
This one's tough again.
this is tough. If I could predict a draw, I would, but that's obviously not a thing because this is as close as it gets, really. At the same time, though,
A
I think
draw honestly wouldn't be a bad prediction, though.
honestly, it's a very possible scenario. Two top guys like this, they could probably fight to a stalemate. That's always possible. But I'm Team Bud. I'm Team Bud over here. So the only thing is, I see Bud more likely winning in a stoppage than a decision. So with that, I'm gonna have to say late stoppage for Bud. I'm guessing round. I'm gonna go round 12. He's gonna get it done last minute. It's gonna be a fight of. All right, I might just be too optimistic right here, but I'm predicting fight of the century to actually go down, and Bud gets it done in the last minute.
I love that prediction, honestly. I mean,
Might be
if
too
that happens,
optimistic, but yeah.
no, I mean, if that happens, that would be honestly absolutely epic. I mean, fight of the year or fight of the century and ends in the last round. Who knows? Maybe it ends with like 10 seconds left, 20 seconds left in the fight. That would be absolutely epic. But I think this may end a few more rounds than you think. I'm gonna go just 10th round, the start of the championship rounds right there. I know it's a pretty respectable place because I think both guys are just going to be going at it the entire fight, and both guys are going to be working the body. I think Crawford's probably going to work it better, and then he's going to catch Spence at some point, and it's just going to not be good. So I think Crawford's going to get this done in the 10th round.
All right, I can see it. Spence is a dog, though. That's the thing. Like, I know both of us got Crawford with the stoppage, but very easily could be vice versa, or
A
the
decision.
one of them for a decision. So this is just one
This
of
is
those
a
fights.
50-50 fight, to be
It
honest.
really is, and it's just. I think the counter punching for Bud is about to be the major difference right here because the counter punch is where you're really going to hurt somebody most times. So
Hmm.
I don't know. That's his field more so than Spence. So I think he's going to have that. And yeah, I just fight of the century. This is potentially the best fight of the 21st century. I'm off the top of my head as far as fights that were like hyped up. This is probably bigger than Lennox versus Tyson. Maybe not. Or it's you can argue it's bigger than Mayweather versus Pacquiao because that fight was 6 years too late, and obviously things could pan out with these guys being closer to their prime. So arguably fight of the century right here for sure. It's just depends on how they go about it in the ring.
Oh yeah, it definitely could be fight of the century. And if you're looking forward to it, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we are going to have a recap for this next week and it should be an epic fight. So you're going to want to see our reactions to it. Also, make sure you hit that like button because we appreciate all support in any way possible.
Without a doubt. And mentioned it earlier, but yeah, go ahead and leave a comment. Also, mention in your comment why do you think your fighter that you choose has the advantage? Definitely want to see your guys' input on that. Just history this week with boxing. Obviously, we saw
Get
the
ready for an epic fight.
some of the best boxing you've ever seen probably this upcoming weekend. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for that. Until then, though, peace.
Peace.